What's up, guys? I'm BTC. Got a whole bunch of info for you today, including Blizzard adding a feature that has been one of the most requested since the game's release. Got a whole bunch of stuff to get to, including that awesome feature change they're finally adding. We'll get back to that in just a second. First up, Blizzard has permanently banned one of the biggest throwers, stream snipers in the game. Apparently this person had a bunch of accounts and would use them in order to get into the games of streamers like Tim the Tatman. He would then basically just harass the person and intentionally throw and ruin the match for everyone involved. Not just the streamer, of course, but everybody else that was in that match, whether it was, his team or the other team. Someone was gonna lose because this person was just throwing. Now recently, I've started to live stream a lot more. In case you didn't know, there's a Twitch link in the description. Usually I stream as often as I can, sometimes 4 to 5, 6 times a week, and usually it's between 6 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Anyways, I haven't run into too many people that are actively trying to stream snipe me. Instead, what usually ends up happening is someone on the enemy team will recognize me, then they go to my live stream, and then they use that to their advantage. With people like Tim the Tatman and XQC, it's a little different. This guy who got banned would wait for them to queue and then try to queue snipe into their games, and then ruin it for everybody. There was an official Blizzard response to this. Let me read it for you real fast. It says, "We have recently taken action against this player due to pervasive griefing across multiple accounts. This player has been permanently banned across all and future accounts from Overwatch. The reason we are sharing this information is because after investigating thoroughly, due to the reports you have all shared with us on social media, we have discovered that the player is one of the worst offenders we have come across. They have a large number of separate accounts with copious reports each, all of which have been previously suspended for extended periods of time, and one which is permanently banned. To be clear, this player is being banned not for their hero choice, but rather for systematically ruining Overwatch games for thousands of players. We think it's important to note that players like this are extremely rare in Overwatch, and the action we're taking today will be a positive step forward." Now, before you start applauding Blizzard, step back and realize that this took them way too long to actually get under control. This person has ruined thousands and thousands of games. That is not an exaggeration. One streamer even said that this person was responsible for ruining over 400 of his games alone. So this person was causing a massive amount of disruption, and it took Blizzard a very long time to handle it. Also, I completely and totally disagree with what the Blizzard rep says, where he says players like this are extremely rare. The other day, at the start, I had 5 games in a row that had throwers on them, okay? The first 5 games of the day had throwers. So this is not an extremely rare thing, this is a common thing, and Blizzard needs to take more significant action to start cleaning this up. Don't wait for someone to ruin literally thousands of games before something is done. Moving on to some better news. The Year of the Dog event will start tomorrow, and with it is a brand new Capture the Flag competitive ladder, kind of like what we had with Lucio Ball last year during the summer game. So it's not going to replace the regular competitive ladder, it's just going to be in addition to it, and it's going to be in the arcade, and it's going to last for 4 weeks. And with that comes a brand new map in Thailand called Ayutthaya. And Jeff Kaplan did confirm that this is going to be a permanent addition to the game, just like the Chateau map for Free-For-All, because people were concerned that it was just going to be a temporary thing like the Lucio Ball maps. So it will be permanently added, it will show up in the arcade every now and again, and of course, you'll be able to use it in any of your custom maps. And the last thing is a brand new feature that's going to be added into the patch for the Year of the Dog event tomorrow, and this will allow you to choose your character skin at the beginning of a match. Now, this might not seem like a really big deal, but this is probably one of the most requested features in the entire game, and now we are finally going to be able to do this. Now, I think for competitive players, this is actually something you might want to pay attention to, because there are certain character skins in the game that do give you an advantage over others, and some that give you a disadvantage. I understand that there's a red outline around your character, but the idea is not to make your character completely invisible, it's to make your character slightly less noticeable. It also has to do with the size of the hitbox versus the model size, and there's lots of other things. This is actually a topic that I've wanted to talk about for a while, and I'm gonna probably have to make another video for it because there is a lot to talk about and there's a lot to show you. Like, I can side-by-side examples and stuff like that. It is actually something you can do. But what you can do now, once they change this over, one of the drawbacks was if you used a character, for example, Pharah, right? If you use a bright character skin, it makes it a little more difficult to see you up in the air when you're playing a map with a bright blue sky. However, if you play on a night map, then it makes you stick out like a sore thumb. But now that you have the option to change your character's skin anytime you want, well, if you're playing on a night map, you change it to a dark skin. If you're playing on a day map, you change it to a light skin. So this actually can give you a very small competitive edge depending on what character skin you're gonna use. Again, this is a topic for another video. I'll go into the entire thing at length. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. Now, what do you guys think about all these changes, all this stuff? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, and Twitch. The link for that is down below. Thanks for watching. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.